Hello, all, and welcome. How to pursue without chasing. She will find you desirable. Sorry, I'm just going to turn on this little light because it's just not doing it without that extra power. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. So, we're going to talk about something because I think for guys, it's a challenge because I think men believe, of course you have to chase a woman. I mean, that's what I'm built for as a man is to chase. But did you know that there is a difference between chasing and pursuing? And that actually we're going to talk about the difference in how one versus the other. One repels women, and the other one makes a woman desire you. It actually makes you more attractive to her. So if you're that guy, you're like, I really struggle with this because I don't know when I'm doing too much or I'm going too far. And I don't know what the difference is, what the middle line is, then this is for you. You want to pay attention to this video. So thank you, Penguin, for being here. I'm so glad to see you. Penguin is always so encouraging, and I'm just grateful for your presence. Hi, Matt. I'm good. It's good to see you. Hope. What's the weather like in Wales, Matt? Matt comes from Wales, so I'm sure it's very cold already. Here in the south of France, which is where I'm at, fortunately, the weather is staying warm. I thought it was going to get cold. It did get cold for a week, and I thought it's all downhill from here. Nope, it's staying warm. So I'm super grateful. So when you chase a woman, what kind of energy comes from that? Think about chasing. Chasing comes from desperation. It comes from fear of I'm not doing enough. Subconscious fear, I am not enough. So before she realizes that about me, before she realizes that I am not enough, I have to do more to overcompensate for what I perceive as inadequacies. And so I see a lot of men that overly chase women, which is the one that repels women, by the way, because they feel like they are not enough. They are insecure. And so it's like, I feel insecure about pursuing this woman. So if I just do more on top of that, if I just add more actions, if I just call her more, if I send her more flowers, if I arrange more dates with her, more, then she will not understand how little I feel in pursuing her. And so we want to make a shift in this today. We want to talk about how to flip that, because that kind of energy, that chasing energy, is what actually pushes her away. And so we don't want to do that, right, guys? We want women to desire you. We want them to be attracted to you, not to run away from you. No, 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 no. That's not what we want. And sometimes, it's just a simple thing of knowing what to say. And so if you're that guy, I have right here, it's my compliments Bible. If you never know what to say to a woman, you're like, Arica, I get so tongue tied because I get so overwhelmed. Or, yes, I am fearful. Yes, I am insecure. Yes, I am desperate to get this woman. Like, high five to you for like being honest and knowing where you are. But if you're that guy, you just get tongue tied. You get a bit anxious. Your mind starts racing of what should I say next? I put it right there in the chat box. Get that Compliments Bible. It will really support you in this. So when we chase, it comes from fear, and women feel that, because what does a woman want to feel from a man? What makes her feel desire? What makes her desire a man? When a man is strong, when he's not so feeble, meaning like if she says, I don't like the restaurant you picked, Then he goes, "Oh, really, miss? So what did you have in mind?" He doesn't break in that. He doesn't get like all flustered and go, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'll do better next time." No, no, no. She doesn't want to see that because that's fearful. That's kind of like that fragile, feeble energy. She wants a man who's strong. She wants a man who gives her a little bit of pushback. But this is the one thing that a woman wants. She doesn't want to be chased, but she does want to be pursued. And being pursued is different than chasing. Here's where it's different. And we'll talk about more about like what kind of energy, what kind of actions is a woman looking for when to really desire a man. So when I say pursue and chase, and pursuing and chase is different. Pursuing means, listen, I'm gonna keep coming after you. Like I'm not terrified of your no. I'm not terrified of your testing. Test me all you want. I want you, and I'm gonna keep pursuing you. Not in a stalker way, not in this creepy guy, like I gotta have you. It comes from a confident, strong posture of I see you. I see you're pushing. I see you're testing. I got it. But you know what? I'm going to keep coming for you because listen, I'm not scared of your test. I'm not scared of your putting up walls. Your walls, they don't scare me. Now, if a woman just flat out says, I'm not interested in you, you creep me out, go away. Okay. She's not testing you. She's being very direct there and she's saying she's not into it, move on. But then if a woman is being a bit coy and she's not giving you a full no, she's just kind of playing around, hinting around, going, maybe tomorrow, she's doing that whole dance with you. When a man is strong, he's going to pursue her. And when she goes, I'm busy washing my hair this week. And he goes, interesting, lucky hair. So I have this fantastic concert. There's a kid screaming in the hallway. There's this fantastic concert that I'm going to on Friday night. What time should I pick you up? Do you feel that energy? That's very strong. That's very masculine energy. That's very confident, secure energy. Whereas opposed to if she told someone with that chasing, fearful kind of energy, that fearful kind of vibe of you have to wash your hair. Oh, yeah, I should really wash my hair this week too. Yeah, I'm sorry to like disturb you. I have this like concert venue next week, and maybe like you would want to go to that. I don't know, like how does that sound to you? But if you're busy, I totally understand. You see how that's very weak, passive energy, and that's the kind of stuff that just kind of repulses her. But see, a guy in that energy will keep trying to do more. He'll keep sending text messages. Hi, beautiful. Hope you're well. Hope you had a good day. Ha ha ha. And it's a very desperate, it's a very anxious energy. But when a guy's pursuing a woman, he's not fearful of her response. If she gives pushback, he just kind of goes, okay, I see through it. See what you're doing. Still into you. Still going to chase. I'm still going to pursue you. But then he leaves it. He gives her space. He's not blowing up her phone every day with messages. And he gives her space to also miss and want him. So pursuing comes from strength. It comes from confidence. It comes from this inner knowing of, I want you and I see your games, I see your walls, and they don't frighten me. Chasing comes from a desperation, a need that says, if you don't choose me, it's okay. I'm still going to keep chasing you. I'm going to do more, 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 more because I have this needy energy about me. A pursuing energy is like, I'm going to chase you, but if you don't ever, like if you're just going to continue to be rude or cold, then I'm going to cut it off. Like a strong guy, a guy who's pursuing a woman says like, I'm going to pursue you because I want you. But if you're going to show up as a jerk to me consistently, I don't need you that bad because I value myself. The difference is the guy who pursues still keeps his value intact. I want you to write that down. The guy who pursues continues to keep his value intact. The chaser places, write this down, the chaser places all the value on her and forgets himself in the chase. He forgets about himself in the chase. And guess what? Women feel the difference of that energy. They can feel, okay, this is a guy who has very needy energy. And she might even feel sorry for you, but she's not going to want to sleep with you. She's not going to want to be your lover. She's not going to want to be your girlfriend. Why? Because she feels the fear. She feels the neediness. But when a guy comes from like his strength and he goes, I'm going to keep pursuing you, but I'm going to keep my value intact, which means I'm going to keep up with my hobbies. I'm going to keep pursuing the things that I'm pursuing in life. I'm going after my ambitions. And yes, you're a part of my thoughts. But here's the other thing. Woman, you don't consume my thoughts because there's not enough investment here for you to occupy that much of my time. And that might sound harsh and that might sound cruel. And as a woman, we want to go, but I want to occupy your thoughts all the time. He may think about you, but if you are being just completely, if a woman's just being completely cold and shutting him out, then a man of value, a guy who's pursuing her goes, I know when to cut my losses. But he continues on with that day. And she feels that. She feels the pursuit, but she also feels the void. And what I mean by the void is that she knows that she's not on the forefront of his mind 24/7. Why? Because he is about his business. He is about becoming that emotional warrior. So he's working on his inner game. He's out at the gym. He's maintaining his hobbies with his buddies. He's playing cards with his buddies. He's continuing on with his hobbies. He's continuing to be about his business. But his world has not stopped and it doesn't revolve around her. And she feels that. So she feels the pursuit, but she also feels the void. Whereas a guy who chases, there's none of the void. It's just chase, 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 do more, do more, do more, do more. And she feels it. And it actually pushes her away. She desires a man who is about his business, who is still confident enough to pursue her, even if she gives him some pushback, even if she gives him some resistance. And he goes, I'm going to pursue you, but I'm going to keep doing my own business because, woman, I'm not going to let you occupy all of my life because we haven't cultivated enough intimacy. We haven't cultivated enough relationship. There's not that investment level that you haven't showed me that you're that great because I don't know you. And a woman knows that. She knows, like, I've given him no reason to put me on this pedestal. And so by him overly doing this feels unequal. Like a woman can feel that. And maybe she may not be able to put that in that language, but we can feel when something is not right. I remember being really chased by a person. And I told my friends, I said, something about this doesn't feel right. And in their eyes, they thought it was very romantic. And I was like, no, this comes from a neediness. This comes from some form of void that this person carries, that they're hoping my presence in their life fills that void. I'm not God. I'm not self-love. Like, that's their own journey. It's not my journey to do for them. I don't want that pressure on me. And guys, if you're here, would you give me a thumbs up? I would really appreciate it because that way YouTube goes, okay, I know that I'm sorry, I'm just having to put someone in spam right now. Um, I know that she is giving something of value. So if you could all hit the thumbs up, that would really, really, really help me out. So thank you guys so much. Also, have you been told that you are loved and that you matter and that you have no reason to be out there chasing? If you let me help you shift this. If you're that person, if you're that guy and you're like, Erica, you're stepping on my toes, and I am the chaser, and yes, I am fearful, and yes, I do feel inadequate, then I want to speak directly to that. I want to speak to you. And I want you to really ask yourself, when is the last time I've done some inventory of my life? And I've talked about this before. What makes me valuable? Going out to my friends, the people who love me, and going, what do you value about me? I need to write a list. I need to change my focus. Because sometimes when we just try to conjure up value for ourselves, but we don't have anything written and we don't know if it's sure or not, then we can't wholeheartedly trust it. But you can trust it when someone that you know who sees you and who loves you and he's going to tell you the truth and they go, hey, these are the things that I value about you. Then you have concrete evidence. Then the mind can go, okay, I can get in line with this. I can believe this because I know this person's not going to blow smoke up my butt. So now I need to keep this list on the forefront of my mind to remind myself where my value stands. But most of us go through life not taking inventory of who we are and what we bring. Instead, what we're doing is we're allowing past experiences, past hurt, to dictate our future, to dictate our present and how we feel about ourselves. And the only way to change that is to change with a new focus, with a new reality of who you are today. And the way that you do that is you go to the people in your life who value you, that you know matter, that you know will tell you the truth, and you say, what do you see about me that you find valuable? You get it on a list from 4 or 5 people, and you look at that list every single freaking day and you go, this is who I am. And you have to understand that it is redefining yourself. Just like you would go to the gym to define your muscles, you go in there every day to define them. You are going to go through a redefining process where every day you look at that freaking list. I don't care if you got to tape it to a mirror. I don't care if you got to put it in your wallet, wherever you need to put it. But that list is your new focus. Quit comparing yourself to other people. Quit comparing yourself to the past. The past is in the past. It is not who you are today. Who you are today is this value list that you're going to create. And that is going to be your focus. And in my opinion, you have no business going out dating until you understand your value. Otherwise, you are running out to the world with an empty cup, asking them to pour into it. And that is what gets you hurt. That is what gets you rejected, as opposed to running out into the world with a cup overflowing, going, I know who I am. I know the value that I bring, and no one can shake that because this is who I am and I know it. And it's from that energy that a woman desires you. But if you've got a bunch of question marks over your life, it's time to get those answered now. And so I give you this assignment not lightheartedly. I give you this assignment because after this YouTube video, I want you to make a list of the people that you are going to go to, and you're going to get those 5 things that they value about you. And then you're going to put them all on one list, and you are going to look at that every day, and you are going to go through a redefining process. No more playing small. No more chasing out of desperate energy because you're hoping that some woman's going to fill a void that you should be filling right now. She can add to that, but it is not her job to fill it up. It's your job to fill it to overflow. You hear me? That's the emotional warrior. That's the emotional warrior journey that you are going to go on. I'm telling you what, I got inspired years ago. Years ago, I went through one of the most difficult times in my life, there have been plenty, but it was one of those where who I was, let's put it like this. It was a difficult time, but who I was very beaten down. My worth was to the ground. And and it showed up to me physically. My friends were saying that I was just super skinny. My bones were popping. I mean, I already have a small torso as it is, and people always ask, "Am I anorexic?" Because they can see my chest bones. I'm like, I can have tons of meat down here, but those chest bones are always going to pop out. It's just, was it the clavicle? It's just how I'm built. But I mean, I was really thin, like cheekbones, everything was protruding, right? It was physically showing up, is what I'm trying to illustrate. It was physically showing up to where I just was shrinking as a person, literally. And so, because I was so beaten down, the one thing that I had going for me, one thing, and this is why I always tell you guys, if you're single, cultivate good relationships now. Don't wait till you find a woman. Don't wait till you find a man. Start now. Because what I had done is I had built a circle of people that I had built relationships with, love life with, and who valued me and who saw me and who believed me, who championed me. And I went to those 5 people and I was like, I have got to rebuild myself. Everyone knew what I was going through, wasn't a secret. Everyone was concerned about me. And I said, I have got to rebuild myself. So will you tell me the 5 things that you value about me? Now, I had written a list of all the things that I felt unworthy about, I felt insecure about. And then what I did was I took those truths that they saw about me and I put them next to the list of where I felt unworthy. And I began to mark it off. Nope, I am not that. This is who I am. And no, I will not allow that to define me. In fact, this is who I am. And then that's how I built myself up. I rebuilt myself by going, I am changing the lens of how I define myself, because I had given up that and I gave it to someone else. I gave someone that power. And unfortunately, they took that power, which I should have never given to them. But out of their own hurt, they tore me down. And I believed their lies. I believed their pain that they were projecting onto me. And it almost destroyed me. And so I had to go to my friends and go, this is a time where I have to rebuild myself. I have to get myself back. And that's how I built myself up, was by looking at that list and going, no, we're changing that. Of course, I did some inner healing and all that, which if you need inner healing, go to my emotional warrior program. It's on my website, aricaangelo.com. But this is a difference, guys. You're not running out to women asking them to give you something that you don't have. Instead, you're redefining who you are, because that chase energy comes from desperation. It's, I need to do more to make you see that I am valuable. The pursuit is, I know I'm valuable and I'm going to pursue you even if you push back. But there's going to be a void there. You're not going to feel all of my energy. You're not going to get all of my attention. And you're sure as hell not going to get all of my devotion, because we don't have that level of intimacy established. You're a new person in my life, and you have not deserved that kind of weight and merit in my life, nor of my time. And a guy who pursues a woman understands that, because he has value for himself. I hope this is making sense for you guys. I want to see in the comments what you guys are saying. Thomas, I'm so glad that you're here. Norman, thank you for being here. Came in, says, at some point I stopped chasing women and keep on focusing on me. I had to realize if I stay focused on myself, some women will start paying attention to me. And it's true. It's really true. The more that we value ourselves, the more that people go, oh, that's a person of value, because they're investing in themselves. They're prioritizing themselves. Well, they're prioritizing themselves. They're valuing themselves. There must be something there. Kim Tay says, very true. Hey, Taylor, thank you for being here. Let's see. Thank you, Thomas, for the thumbs up. Mahara Justice says, hi, Erica. Hope you're doing good, babe. Problem is, I get bored quick if a woman starts to play these games. I don't end up chasing or pursuing. Mahara, I would love to introduce a different strategy to you. And I get it. Like, it's not fun when someone pushes us back, right? But I'm talking about like someone that you're really into. Chances are these women, you don't feel that knee-jerk reaction to pursue, because I'm gonna throw out there that you're probably not as into them as you would like to be. You feel a bit of apathy towards them. But for sake of a different scenario, when you do find a woman that you are actually really into, that you want to pursue, but you start seeing this stuff, call her out on it. I think that we don't have enough calling out in our society. I think in our dating world now, I think everyone's just trying to play cool and not come across as too needy. But then there's a whole lack of accountability that goes, which ends up creating this whole cesspool of games that are being played, like ghosting and all this other entitled weak BS. So if you see a woman doing that, call her out on it and go, hey, it feels like, you don't ever want to say you're playing games because no one wants to be accused, but you call her out on it and you say, hey, listen, it feels like I'm being gamed here a bit. And I'm really not into that. So if you're into me, like, just let me know. Happy to pursue you, but I definitely don't want to be gamed. Like, if you feel like that, call them out on it and she'll respect that. And if she gets really, if she gets her panties in one, she's like, how dare you? Not your woman. Because guess what? Your woman, she's going to be able to hear a challenge, because guess what? She's your woman and you guys get in a relationship, there's going to be challenges. So if a person just crumbles under the first challenge, they don't have the capability to actually do relationship, because in relationship there are challenges and there's resistance. And if they can't do it now, they're not going to be able to do it then. Michael says, good morning, Erica. Your perspective has nailed it again. That's why I keep coming back. Thank you. You are so welcome, Michael. I love, love, love giving you guys clarity, because when you have clarity, when you have truth, that's when you can actually change your life. That's when you can actually get different results, successful results, which is why I love when people email me and they're like, hey, I watched your YouTube videos and now I'm married to my wife. I just recently posted one of those on my website at ericaangelo.com, and I love those. I love that you guys take my advice. You go out into the world, you apply it, you get the love of your life, and you live the life that you were meant for, that makes your life feel fulfilling. Kim Tay says, exactly. Rico Ransom says, know your worth. I agree. Matt said, slow down, girl. I can't write it all down. You can come back and replay it, my dear. Thomas says, do the list, everyone. It helps. Real talk right there, Rico. Rico says she's going to notice you when you stop chasing, too. That's a fact. 100. Exactly. And yep, denied existence says, good points, Rico. And then Rico's like, 100. Rock says, Erica from LA, party girl to slow down lady, next door friend, from drought to fulfillment. Time does not exist anymore. I don't know what you mean, my man. You'll have to give me some more clarity on that. Time does not exist anymore. Um, let's see. Nice talk goes both ways. You're right, Rock. Kim Tay says, as a woman, she's right. I find it attractive when a man values himself and is busy doing things like improving himself. You heard it right from the woman's mouth. Uh, Rick says, thank you for clarifying this pursuit issue. You are so welcome. I really hope it brings some change and it brings you better results. Kim Tay says, it's such a big turnoff when a man is always available and always on his phone. It's true. It's true. Ash K from Mauritius, you're so full of value, Erica. That's why I enjoy pursuing your perspectives. Thank you. I really, really, really appreciate this feedback. Thank you for sharing that with me. Kim Tay says, my experience with dating apps and having conversations with men is that I always end up chasing the man who's active lie. That's why I deleted dating app, because it ruins me. It works on her. She's like, I'm not trying to do this. But Kim, it's the same thing. This, you could flip the advice for you as a woman too, and you could flip it on you and say, then I need to be about my business. Like, where in my life am I hoping that a man's going to fill some void for me? And what can I be pursuing to add more joy, more enjoyment, fulfillment to my life? Derek says, good morning, Erica. I have learned to be myself and never change my outgoing self. I love that. That's fantastic. Um, Denied existence says, dating apps are a load of shit. They can be, but I tell you what, I've had some good success with them. I'm not going to lie to you there. I mean, Matsy says, I was on 1.25 speed, didn't know it speed up live streams. Oh, that's funny. I didn't even know you could do that. Good to know. Um, Penguin says, I'm sneaking in at the doctor's office. I hope you're okay. Rico says, I barely even call women out anymore. Sometimes it's best to just not even care and do your own thing. They feel some type of way, and eventually she'll crave for you to care again and respect you. Yeah, listen, like if when I say call a woman out, like if she's playing a game, but if it's calling someone out and there's just a constant fight about it, then in that situation, like that's not for you. That person is not your person. It's like if there's that constant fight and you don't feel like you're making any progress, you gotta, know when to fold them. You gotta know when to hold them and you gotta know when to fold them. Taylor says some of this info and some I don't. Some of this info I like the value list. I'm glad you like that. Good. Andrika says I don't know why I am weird, but I ask girls out, but am dropped by them. Maybe ask some of your friends. Obviously, I can't really give you a lot of feedback because you don't have a picture and I don't know you. But the second best thing that you can do is talk to your friends and ask them, hey, do I have some social quirks about me that I can improve on? Sometimes I've noticed that guys who get turned down by women a lot oftentimes just lack social awareness. They can feel a bit socially awkward, and no one's ever just told them, hey, yeah, you're a little socially awkward. And it's like, oh, okay, great to know. Now I can do something about it. But, when these women are strangers, they're not just going to be like, okay, let me sit you down and tell you why I didn't accept you. It's because you're socially awkward. Like they're not going to do that to you. They're not invested in you because they don't know you. But your friends and your family, you can go to them and say, hey, listen, I'm pursuing women and they keep turning me down. So, are there some social quirks that I have that you think could be causing this? And if they say, yeah, you do this, you don't make eye contact, you always look away. Okay, that's a sign of insecurity. Okay, so become very conscious to start making eye contact, but ask them, like, what are my social quirks? And listen, and here's the thing, there's no shame involved with this at all. Like, we all have our room to improve. Every single one of us has room to improve. So for me, when I was out dating, it was like I had a dear close friend who's like a brother to me. And he said to me, I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it. He said, Erica, you're too into your masculine. And he's like, no dude wants to have sex with another dude, Erica. You can't be so strong all the time. Like a guy wants to feel softness, he wants to feel femininity. And I was like, got it. And so I had to check myself and go, am I showing up this way? And I was. And so I had to reel it in and go, business Erica does not need to be on dates. The softer side needs to come out. Andrigo says, yes, I am an introvert. Okay, so talk to your families and just ask like what your quirks are. Definitely ask them so that you have at least something substantial, something practical, tangible is the word I'm looking for, that you can start bringing truth to. Denied existence. Damn truth right there, Rico. Oh, that's right. That's true, Rico. Rico, I love what you just said. He said, got to read the room sometimes when approaching women too. You definitely have to do that. Ashke says, hi, happy Diwali, Erica. It's the festival of light. I pray for more success and light in your life. Wow, that's really beautiful. Thank you. And the same to you. I really appreciate that. Jataro 5181 says, I saw a girl that did not reply to my request to ask her out, but she did not acknowledge me. Should I have called her out for it? Yeah, why not? Why not build that muscle of like calling people out and say, hey, listen, notice you didn't respond. If you're not into me, just let me know and I won't waste my time. To the point. Thomas says, me too, about being an introvert, I bet. Taylor says, from this morning, I realized that I was making myself too available. Changes are coming. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I love that. I absolutely love that. Daniel says, yes, yes, let's go, A. May Hair Justice says, Erica, I still get nervous and paralyzed to cold approach. I saw a beautiful lady helping her elderly mom shop. When I looked up, she literally took my breath away for a second, was too shy to approach. This is what I would encourage you with. One, we have my compliments Bible here. Use those because that's really going to give you just so you know what to say that will get you in the door of just talking to women and having something to say. But the biggest thing, more than what's in that compliments Bible, is authenticity. That wins people over every time. So start with just being sincere, Mayor, with what you see. So maybe in that scenario where you don't have the courage to necessarily approach her, start with sincerity by just going up and saying, "Hey, I see you helping," which I presume is your mother. And I just want you to know that that's really beautiful. And I really admire what you're doing. So start there is what I'm saying. Start by when you feel something or when you see something, let sincerity move you. Have the courage to follow through by acknowledging, saying what moved you. People love that. People love just real sincerity. And as you get comfortable being honest and being sincere and calling out the things that you find beautiful, eventually that's going to grow and you're going to have the courage to just come out and just start. If you see a woman that you're into, you're going to have the courage to ask her out because you've cultivated this muscle, you've developed this muscle of just going out and speaking your truth to people. Denied Existence says, Erica, I should send you a dude that's never been on a date and he's nearly 50. Oh my God, bless his heart. Yes, send him to my YouTube channel for sure. Matt says, my muscle is strong, but my skills are wrong. But you're working on it. And I love that. Guys, I hope that this was really supportive for you guys. Like I said, if you really struggle with you don't know what to say, I've penned my compliments Bible there. And also, if you're like that guy, you're like, yeah, I do feel inadequate. I do feel insecure. My emotional warriors journey, really good about healing some of that, having some transformation. It's a full on 8-week journey. You can do it at any pace you want. You can go faster, you can go slower, but really just building your self-worth from the inside out. I'm hoping that I hope that men are starting to see that just the exterior stuff doesn't work. And for some men, they have to go through that lesson a long time until they finally wake up and go, okay, maybe I need to look at what's going on inside. If you're at that place, go to my website and check out my Emotional Warrior program. It's under online programs and online courses. And Robert says, hello again from Southeast Iowa. Here's you. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for being here. Andrico says, Erica, is it weird asking a girl out while she is with her friends? I agree with what I think Rico said. Sometimes you need to read the room. So I think you just have to read the situation and just, always start with saying hello, hi. If you feel like they're kind of pushing you away, going into asking a girl out's not the way to go. First, get a phone number, get her Instagram, something like that. Instagram's always a safe way because people, one, feel like their ego is going to get stroked with a new follower. But then you can just go, hey, really thought you were beautiful. Would love to take you out for a coffee sometime if you're interested. And move it into there. I love that, Thomas. He says, take a minute to speak to beauty. Absolutely. Cayman says, I feel like that I could be socially awkward sometimes. Listen, you're never going to know until you ask your friends and family just to have some real talk with you. Mayhair Justice says, I do have the Compliments Bible. I tried using it on a dating app, but I got no response. A goose egg. It's not your book. It's me. Maybe they don't like what they see. And definitely always I always encourage guys, I used to do this in my business years ago, but have someone review your dating profile. Get with a girlfriend who, she's attractive and she knows her stuff, and have her look it over with you and go, what pictures do I need to change? And what should I change about my sentence, my profile? Yo, Williams, I'm so glad you're here. Matt C says, David Hasselhoff was saying in the hotel down the road in my little seaside town the other weekend, visiting his family. It is good enough for the Hop. It's good enough for the Angelo. Oh, that's funny. Hey, stylish over 60. Hello, everyone. Good to see you in the chat. Thank you for being here. Daniel says, oh, Daniel Orlando, I miss you, buddy. This is my dear friend from Bali. I miss you, buddy. I miss your joy. So much value here, Erica. Hope you're doing well. You too, my darling. And Denied Existence says, be careful approaching in nightclubs issues with friends. Worked in clubs for years and saw some not so good encounters. I agree with that. That's true. Oh, thank you, Daniel. So guys, I love you so much. We've gone on a bit longer than I intended, but just know that you matter, that you're valuable. Get on this list. Know that chasing comes from a desperate energy. Pursuing comes from strength. He doesn't have a void. She's not filling up every waking moment. He has got his own life. He's about his business. And when he pursues her when he wants to, not because he needs to. I hope that made sense for you guys. I love you so much. And I will see you in my next live on Monday, next Monday. And you'll have some videos coming out this week. So stay tuned for those. Thank you, Robert, for that. Guys, I love you. I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye.